Good morning, everybody. Jack Leeson with StartupTrading.com. It is 9:15 here on the 16th of April, and the title of the video, just standard analysis. So I want to start off here with the end key. We're gonna go to the hourly time frame. Yesterday, Perry mentioned just inside day, inside value. In the morning there was one really great move, two-sided market. Just wild that we have a 200 points off the open, and it was biggest move all day. But just observing the higher time frame here, guys, the really important levels. We'll see which one trades again first. It's either going to be 19,450 or 17,920. Those are the really important levels for the higher time frame. Now, I thought this was a possibility we'd eventually come into, but yesterday we were holding the next measured move on that low. Or sorry, not yesterday. That would have been Monday. And today we've come full halfway back. I'm drawing the lows of last Thursday to the high of Monday. That gives us a 18,587. That is where our overnight support came from. And what's going to be interesting is, are we going to get that level to hold again here this morning? I definitely think that's a potential level you could stick your neck out on. Now, after we traded that support in the overnight session, we cracked down it around 1 a.m., rotated back up in 50% retracement at 4 a.m. from yesterday's high to low. So that's going to be an important level for us to the battle here initially between 18,824s and 18,586. Now, if this short ends up completing, I think if you really are looking to be patient here today, maybe look and wait to see if we either do one of two things. One, get back above and trade the overnight high again, or two, get down and complete the short at 18,353. If we do that, that is where I'd look for a potential reversal. But we've already tested this in the overnight session. We'll have to see what the reaction is here this morning off of this. I'm not really sure I want to go right out and stick my neck on this halfway back long because the ES has not traded it. Now, if the ES can get its halfway back long from last Thursday's low to high, I'd be more comfortable setting a limit order, bracket order, stop in place. You could walk away from the desk down here on that 53.23s. That 53.23 would be the first time we've traded it. And the ES has just been stronger here. Now you do have the potential downside target here at 53.05 for the S&P 500 from that overnight session. But at this point in time, we've changed trends. Yesterday was that we were in an uptrend, inside day, inside value, but in the overnight we've cracked lower. So I want to see if that's going to be holding up to 11:30. I'm not too interested in really where we are right now. Ideally, I want to see us lower before a reversal, and I'm not quite interested in shorting a second test. So, if you were around at 4 a.m., good for you. That seemed to have been a great entry. But now I just feel like in the indexes, I'm stuck here waiting for the ES to get down to its lower level, or maybe the NASDAQ to complete. I think would be some of the safer trades. If we do rally up above, obviously we have Powell situation, that's going to create a bunch of volatility. But overall, I'm going to be looking for a push lower and then signs of a bottom before going long. I don't exactly want to participate. I feel like if we get back up to those overnight highs, there may be a short there. But right now, near the bottom of the range, I'm not interested in shorting, and we're not quite low enough for me to go long. So I'm sitting sideline until we get those lower levels, and then I'm going to engage my opinions and risk. Moving on to oil and gold. Boy, oh boy, if you take a look, gold's up 2.5% here. This is the strongest start of the year to gold in, I think like 30 plus years, maybe longer. Gold continues to be extremely aggressive to the upside. We were paying attention to these extensions. And this is one of those markets that's interesting. If you do trade in the evening, gold's whole move was last night. The day was kind of boring. It was a really technical halfway back long. I was hoping we'd get down to a retest of 32.20s yesterday. Instead, we held what was Monday's low too high. Nice, tight, traditional here. And then we've just blasted through targets, and we've completed the higher time frame target here. Ideally, there's going to be two extensions I'm drawing. One is going to be the high of Friday, and the other one is going to be the overnight high. Hold on, Frank, I'm turning your camera off. Like you got your Dago on, Frank, in your Zoom. Turn your camera on. But anyway, the high of the overnight on Tuesday, too high. That is going to be, that 38 is going to line up with this 50, and we got this hourly fair value gap here, right around 32.99, 33.99, 32. I'm losing my mind. 32.99, 33.02 area. This highlighted box. I'm going to be paying attention to GC. That is a long only market at this point in time. That is a long only market. All the other markets, I think, can be traded from both sides, but I don't even think gold is worth shorting whatsoever. Even if you think we're going to get a slight pullback, it is worth buying. It is running the targets. It is moving in extensions. It is up on the month, up on the year, up on the week, up on the day. So when things are up on the year, up on the week, that means from the beginning of the year, we're up. From the beginning of the month, we're up. From the beginning of the week, we're up. From the beginning of the day, we're up. Would you short that market? No. So what? If you're not going to short, what do? You go long. So it's just a matter of waiting for setups here. Interesting in oil. I'm going to pull up oil. I did trade oil yesterday. Just traded it basically to the mid in the morning. We've had quite a run here in the overnight session. What we did is we swept down through the prior day low, through Monday's low. Love it. And then it's just a trap. Liquidity sweep. Instant reversal. You go down to the smaller time frame, you can see we kind of just stalled once we took out those lows, and we've rallied higher. So I'm still under the belief, really. I'm a bull in CL, but I'm not chasing up here. I want to get long below the mid and below the mid only. So what are some setups below the mid of the day? The mid of the day is going to be a 61.47. I do think we'll set up here later. I'm drawing the overnight low to high. That's going to give me a 61.36. If we can get back down there, I'm gonna set alert on the mid. If we can get back down there, I'm gonna look for an entry potentially at the 61.38. We'll just have to see what the structure is when we get there. But I'm gonna set an alert at 61.47, and if we get below that, I'll begin looking for entries. So that's what I got here. Jerome Powell, Perry's talking about us potentially, maybe, not of course, absolutely, but maybe getting a really, really big range here today. And if that is the case, and if we do have the possibility of getting really, really big ranges, looking for those lower levels I mentioned in the indexes to trade, maybe these short targets complete before we reverse. If the short target were to complete in the NQ, it's an 18,353. If we retested, let's say we retest this 38 on the higher time frame, maybe that's on the table. In a bigger breakdown, 18,268. I would kind of trust that. If we got all the way down there, I would trust that with a blind limit. Just set a limit and set it and forget it kind of thing. But that's gonna wrap up my morning trade plan. Probably be pretty quiet here this morning because I don't really have any setups immediately. Like yesterday, I was going in long, looking for a move to the top of range here. I'm more biased short, but I'm not willing to really sell in the hole here. So I'm going to be sitting around. So I'll see you guys in the room. Take care.